of the Big Ten Conference, number 4. Colorado from the Big 8 Conference, number 7. A major story in this ball game. One of the nation's premier running backs, Tyrone Wheatley, will make his initial appearance of 1994 for Michigan. He has missed the first 2 games because of a shoulder injury. Hello again, everybody. Keith Jackson along with Bob Greasy and Lynn Swan on the field. And Bob, there are so many entertaining facets about this ball game, kind of makes your head swim. But let's talk about the pitchers and the catchers. There's some good ones here.
Well, there are, and for Colorado, this offense is explosive. Their quarterback, Cordell Stewart, not only is he outstanding speed, can run the option, is the number 2 passing quarterback in the country. As for Westbrook, he just might be the best wide receiver around.
Well, Michigan answers with Todd Collins and Amani Toomer.
Collins, I believe, is the most underrated passer in the country. Michigan, the number 1 passing team in the Big Ten. Toomer is second in the nation in receiving yards per game. The passing has carried Michigan so far.
The idea of speed comes to play here, but there's a lot of muscle in the middle of the Colorado defense. Right now, let's watch Michigan come on the field. One of the great scenes in college football. I think the leading question is whether or not Michigan can run against the Colorado inside defense.
Well, the inside 5 for Colorado are awfully good. But Michigan offensively, the key for them, the offensive line, has got to win the battle of the line of scrimmage. If there's been a problem for Michigan this year so far, it's their offensive line not opening holes.
Folks, I can tell you this has got a chance to be a heck of a football game. So let's have a look at it here on ABC's College Football. As you look across this beautiful city of Ann Arbor, you see on the trees just a little changing of color. Beautiful weather in Ann Arbor, actually. The threat of rain is diminished somewhat. Probably rain a little later on this evening, but there is no rain in sight for the ball game. They play on brand new turf here. There is no bright sun to bother any of the punt catchers or pass catchers, so it's almost a perfect afternoon for a football game and a wonderful setting here at Michigan Stadium. Now let's spend a moment with our colleague Lynn Swan.
Keith, thank you very much. Tyrone Wheatley, number 6, the heralded Heisman Trophy candidate, will play this afternoon, but the question is when, and Coach Moeller has given no indication when he will start the game. But before the contest began, I spoke to Fred Jackson, the running back coach. I was concerned as whether or not Wheatley would take a hit on that right shoulder that was separated before the first game of this season. He told me he's taken hits during the week. He is ready to go, and just before you came down here to me, Keith, he was snorting and breathing fire, thundering down the sideline, exhorting the teammates not to come out here and just play a football game, to play the best football game they possibly could. We know how fast Tyrone Wheatley is. The conditioning when he got hurt maintained its pace because he worked out with the strength and physical conditioning coach, Mike Gillison, the entire time. So I think he's ready to play this game. Keith?
All right, Swanee, thank you. Mike Slevin will kick off for Colorado. The Buffaloes won the toss. They choose to take the second half kickoff instead. The deep people for the Michigan Wolverines will be number 9, Mercury Hayes, and number 6, Seth Smith. Smith is a redshirt freshman from Carbondale, and Mercury Hayes is a junior out of Houston, Texas. And it is Mercury, the man they want to handle the ball, but they may choose to kick it to the youngster Smith. Number 86, I should say. Buffaloes in the black and white. Laid one on Wisconsin last week to capture the imagination of the country. And here's the high hanger going right to Hayes at the 6-yard line. Mercury Hayes hurdles to about the 23-yard line. And there the Wolverines will go to work. And they'll go to work behind one of the accomplished senior quarterbacks in the country, 6 foot 5 inch, 216-pound Todd Collins out of Walpole, Massachusetts. And you can see in the 2 games he's gotten off to a very solid start. He had a remarkable show of poise in coming back in the closing seconds to pull one out at South Bend. Biakabatuka opens at the single back position with 3 wideouts for Michigan. And the man in motion is Smith. Walter Smith is out. Seth Smith is in. And Todd Collins goes underneath to Biakabatuka out of the backfield. He's across the 40. He's across the 45 and down at the 47-yard line. First down, Wolverines. And that's what I mean about poise from Todd Collins.
Well, it's a nice way to start off. Watch at the top of your screen. The running back, 21, is going to slide through the line and then go to the right. Collins looks downfield. The outlet is Biakabatuka. Nice way to start because it's a high percentage pass, short throw, and a big run.
He had big old Kerry Hicks in his face, and you just stood there and looked at him and then whistled the pass. And it's first down Wolverines at their own 47-yard line. Biakabatuka, Shumanga to the midfield stripe, and that'll do it. Pick up on the play of 3 yards. The rest of the backfield, Shumanga Biakabatuka is the tailback. We're going to see Tyrone Wheatley today. Shea Foster is becoming a very good fullback, 245 pounds. One of the people you want to watch is number 16. He's a former quarterback, Jay Riemersma. The tight end has to block if your ground game is going to work for you. And we're going to talk about Colorado's tight ends because they use 2 of them, and they both block like demons. He's just learning to play the position, is Riemersma. Makes a difference. Second down and 7. Collins passes away. Collins passes a little bit behind the intended receiver, Amani Toomer. Toomer could not reach back to it. Chris Hudson, an All-American, was covering him. Here are the big people up front for Michigan, led by John Runyon, the guard, at 299 pounds. Rod Payne is a new center at 288 pounds. Gwines 299, Mike Sullivan 299, and Jenkins 298. I think they're cheating. I don't think they're all 1 pound under 300.
I think you're right.
You can't be that close. Third down and 7. Blitz comes, steps away from it, and gets the pass away. And the pass is incomplete. Too high for Mercury Hayes. Number 47, Chris Hudson, was blitzing. He stepped away from him. Hudson came right back at him, and the pass was thrown too high.
Well, here you're talking about, Keith. Here's Hudson lined up on the receiver, but watch at the last minute, he turns into a blitzer. He lines up, shows coverage, then blitzes. Collins doesn't see him, avoids him, gets out of trouble, but has to throw it away.
And they'll punt it. Chris Hudson is deep. Craig Baker, a freshman out of Terre Haute, Indiana, will punt it. Snap is high. Penalty flags fly. Kick is a long floater. Waiting for it, Hudson. No fair catch call. Gets a little help back there. Trying to get around the corner, and does. And back across the 25-yard line. But remember, the linesman and the line judge both threw flags. 38-yard punt, 15-yard return. Tom Quinn heads the Big Ten crew of officials. Call is against Michigan.
Chris Hudson is an outstanding punt returner as well as defensive back. He'll be a big factor all year returning punts for Colorado.
Bill McCartney walking the sidelines here. He worked as a coach under Bo Schembechler on the same staff with Gary Moeller. Went to Colorado in 1982. Grew up in the Detroit area from Riverview. And his mom at 84 is watching in the stands today. The penalty declined. Colorado will have the ball at the 27. Will go to the attack, led by Cordell Stewart. Here's his career numbers. Impressive, yes indeed. But his beginning of 1994 is even more impressive as a new quarterback coach has come in to personally tutor him. He's improved his percentage. He's improved his rate of yardage gain. Rick Neuheisel is the quarterback and receivers coach, having come over from UCLA. And Stewart is number 2 in Division I-A stats after 2 games. That is Michael Westbrook in motion, and Colorado immediately calls a timeout. They come up in a set that is unique in college football Division I-A because they're the only team that runs it. Now here are the people that line up. The backs and receivers for Colorado. They go out of a double tight end alignment with a single back, Rashaan Salam. Michael Westbrook, Ray Caruth are the speedsters. Fourier and Lepsis are the tight ends, and the tight ends are on the field, double tight end all the time, and they are great blockers. The offensive line, Tony Berti is the leader there. Heath Irwin is the nephew of Hale. Stoltenberg is a fine center, possibly all conference. Naoli and Derek West stands in at 6'8". The defense for Michigan will the 3 down linemen, Horn, Henderson, Zankowicz, Trevor Price, and Kerwin Waldrop. 2 youngsters outside are going to be under tremendous pressure today from Colorado's option attack.
Exactly. They're the guys that have to make the decisions whether to tackle the quarterback or go after the pitch.
And the man who leads that secondary is Ty Law, who will be on the field side at cornerback.
Keith, Colorado and Cordell Stewart had to be expecting something different. No reason for him to call a timeout other than the fact that they had a prearranged play to start the game, and Michigan didn't react the way they thought they were going to.
So now they come up and a different set here as they got double wide bottom of the picture. Still 2 tight ends though, same alignment with a single back Salam. Now they send Westbrook in motion, and here's their first play. Handed up the middle to Salam. Rashaan Salam is a 215-pound junior out of San Diego. He played 8-man football at Country Day School in La Jolla. He had a little trouble adjusting to Big 8 football, but he's made it. And before the day is done, you'll see what I mean. The gain on the play was right at 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Stewart's first pass to the sideline. The pass good to James Kidd. And Kidd will have a first down for Colorado at the 43. They've got a lot of weapons.
Well, they do, and the speed of this man right here is what starts it all. Not only can he run the option very well, but if he's back to pass and has to scramble, he is a very dangerous runner. And as I mentioned, he is one of the top passers in the country.
Put it on the 44-yard line and make it first down. Michael Westbrook, the other wideout, is a big guy. I mean, he's 6'4" and he's at least 210. He is a thoroughbred. Into the middle goes Rashaan Salam, and not much this time, maybe a yard, as the big guys hunker down and stop him with the linebackers Jarrett Irons and Steve Morrison. Now, as long as you run right at them like that, you're not going to do much to Michigan. You're not going to blow them off the ball, but you can hurt them when you get outside.
Well, the point is, but you have to run inside a few times, and they're just setting them up for running outside, as you well know. The option comes after you run inside a few times.
Stewart now 2nd down and 9. Fake. Plenty of protection. Tight end Fourier cut down by Ty Law. His feet were taken from him. Law at 6 feet, 200 pounds. Plenty big enough to play that corner position. Fourier 6'4", 235. And it'll be 3rd down and 4. In case you missed last week, Colorado beat Wisconsin at Boulder 55-17. Today, Wisconsin in the opening Big Ten game beat Indiana 62-13. Stewart changing the play. Crowd jumps into it immediately. 3rd and 4 down the middle. The tight end, Lepsis, first catch. 6'5", 250. The other tight end makes the catch, gets the first down.
Tackle by Clarence Thompson along with Ty Law. Colorado first down. All in Michigan territory at the 34-yard line.
That is the 2nd catch of the season for Lepsis. He does not see the football very often.
He is the other tight end. Fourier gets most of the passes if they're throwing it to tight end, but he got that one.
First down at the Michigan 35. Colorado being very deliberate. Not much there for Salam. He just barely gets to the line of scrimmage as Tony Henderson, senior out of Indianapolis, brings him down. There are many little subtle things that go with playing a road game. For example, here at Michigan Stadium, the 25-second clock is way up in the back of the stadium on the scoreboard. It is normally not seen there at most college football stadiums, but it is here.
That's a good point, Keith. And the visiting quarterbacks have to find out where it is.
2nd down and 10. Here's your first option. That's what I meant when I said that Trevor Price and Kerwin Waldrop will be sorely tested. They're both sophomores, and though Cordell Stewart is not particularly interested in being a running quarterback, he still runs that option very well.
Colorado has such great speed, and you say, can you stop him? And I don't think, no, you cannot stop Colorado. The only way you can stop them is if they stop themselves, and that is by being very contain them, just contain them, and also let them put the ball on the ground. That's what Carr is hoping for. Lloyd Carr, defensive coordinator, make them fumble, make them turn it over.
First down from the 16, and Stewart goes underneath to Salam out of the backfield. He's inside the 10, down at the 9. And so Colorado comes out in its first possession, and very deliberately, very carefully, very methodically moving down the field.
You've seen an option. You've seen him throw the ball to both of his tight ends. He's thrown the ball to the wide receiver. He's run himself. Just about everything that's in that arsenal, that offense for Colorado, you've seen on the first drive.
Just giving the Wolverines something to think about. Stewart is 4 out of 4 for 39 yards in this possession. Here's the option again. To the 1. It'll be first and goal. Colorado at the Michigan 1.
With the two tight ends, you can run this option either way. It's going to be running right at us this time. The tight end is going to block. The guard pulls around. That's Nioli. There's nobody really there to option off of except Law. That's Johnson, 28, the cornerback. He turns it up and almost gets into the end zone.
So put it on the 1-yard line. It is first and goal for Colorado. This is the 10th play of this possession. So Stewart keeps it to the corner and knocked out.
That was well defensed by Michigan. Stewart at the very end just kind of threw that ball underhanded forward, but he was out of bounds. Good defense that time.
He was clearly out of bounds.
Yeah. There's Lloyd Carr.
He just threw the ball away after he went out of bounds. Second down and goal. Blake Anderson checks in now. He's a pretty good blocker. They go to an I formation set. First time they've shown that. And give the ball to Salam. Dive, goal line, touchdown, Colorado. They go 12 plays in a possession without a mistake. There wasn't a flag thrown and nothing resembling any kind of mistake in that possession. Voskerichian comes in for the extra point. The junior from Arcadia, California, pops it up and through. And so at 8:20 to go in the first quarter, it is Colorado 7 and Michigan nothing.
You don't see two backs in the backfield too often for Colorado, but on the goal line you might. Just a fullback lead, halfback over the top.
Colorado's Mike Slevin, the redshirt freshman out of Vail, will kick it away. Mercury Hayes and Seth Smith are waiting for it. The sun pops out brightly. Temperature low 70s. High kick, not too deep. Mercury Hayes out of Houston, Texas. Gets across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Next Saturday, these two teams will be again featured on ABC. Michigan goes down to Iowa to open Big Ten play. Colorado continues intersectional activity in Austin, Texas. Bob and Lynn and I and our group will be down there. You'll see UCLA, Washington, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Georgia Tech, and NC State. Go check your local listing. The cupboard is full.
It sure is.
Bianca Batuka is in the backfield, the single back for Michigan now. The Wolverines came out in their first possession throwing. Let's see what they do here. They will run it. Penalty flag, face mask. The penetration was by Shannon Clavel. He reached for the man and came up with a face mask and drew an immediate flag. Clavel didn't play last week. He was suspended for an off-campus infraction. The junior out of New Orleans is 6'3", 275, and he's a whole bunch of trouble in that defensive line.
He certainly is. To the right side, that's Clavel. As you see, it's his hand up on the face mask. Those three inside defensive linemen, Clavel, Hicks, and Holland for Colorado, may be the best in the country. They are outstanding. Two pretty good linebackers right behind them also.
It's called inadvertent, and obviously it was. It is 1st down and 5 now as the ball comes out to the 32. Contact along the line of scrimmage. I think Thomas Gwines might have been the fellow who triggered that little bit of activity. Yep. Michigan guard. The Colorado defense lines up this way, and what they call the inside 5, the 3 down guys, plus Matt Russell and Ted Johnson, the 2 inside linebackers. I mean, they're rough customers. And Chris Hudson's an All-American. He's got some new folks with him in that secondary, but they're all good big kids. Bigger than normal in the secondary. Biakabatuka has his legs taken away. And right about the line of scrimmage, this time it is Ted Johnson, one of those inside linebackers, getting that hit.
46 on the left side of the screen. That's the inside linebacker. The offensive lineman comes down. It's his key. He fills the hole. The fullback misses him, and he gets a piece of the tackle.
And the ball rests now on the 27-yard line, which was the original line of scrimmage. We've had 2 5-yard penalties going each way, and it is now 2nd down and 9. Shea Foster, the fullback, is out as a receiver, but they go down the middle for Amani Toomer. Toomer is covered by Chris Hudson. The pass is too high. Now let's spend a moment with John Saunders at our studio in New York.
Well, Keith, no one's been talked about more over the last couple of weeks than Steve McNair as far as the Heisman Trophy race is concerned. He gets his chance today, exposure on national television. Steve McNair to Kobe Jenkins here, 9 yards for the touchdown as they tie Sam Houston at 7 apiece. Keith.
Thank you, John. Shea Foster is the single back. This has got pass all over it. 3rd down and 9. Ball from the 27. Collins has time, goes underneath, but there is nothing there as Seth Smith makes the catch, and then he is just clobbered. And so Michigan, for the 2nd possession now, will have to punt. Right now, the Colorado confidence is soaring. Michigan needs to do something to bring that balloon back down to
maybe what they need is Tyrone Wheatley. We'll see if we see him the next offense.
I wouldn't be surprised. The punt by Big is a good one. Runs Chris Hudson all the way back to the 21, retreats to the 15, still going.
Look out.
He gets on the corner. He's got some help. And he's out of bounds. And Hudson has no inhibitions about retreating to find some room. It is a 48-yard punt. But here comes Hudson from the 15 all the way back to the 36.
Here's a look at Colorado offensively in the nation. There's a look at the student and the teacher right there. Rick Neuheisel, since he's coming over from UCLA, quarterback coach, says Cordell is becoming more of a student. He's more prepared for the game. He knows how to organize not only his thoughts, but his preparation during the week. He has the skill and the talent. Now he's getting all the other things that go into making a fine, outstanding quarterback.
Their first possession, they marched it right down the field. 11 scrimmage plays plus a kick. Pass popped into the hands of Christian Fourier, the tight end. Pickup is about 7 yards. Chris Hudson's 15-yard. He ran much farther than that in order to set up the return, but it goes in the books as a 15-yard punt return. They being the Buffaloes, had 112 return yards last week against Wisconsin. The arsenal is full this year in Colorado.
Well, they are tough offensively. They got all the answers.
2nd down and 4. Salam, the tailback, close to a 1st down, but I don't think they're going to mark him quite that far. He'll be the better part of a yard short of it. Elliot Uzelac is the offensive coordinator for Colorado. One of the reasons Colorado is had the success of last year, and they're having what they're having so far this year, is they don't have many turnovers.
Well, a lot of teams feel like that is the only way you're going to stop this team. You're just going to have to contain them and hope that they fumble.
Stewart keeps, and on the offensive line surge will have the 1st down. Brian Stoltenberg at 6'2", 265, a junior out of Sugar Land, Texas, is considered by many to be the best center in the Big 8. Of course, that big fella down at Nebraska might contest.
You're talking about 2 pretty good offensive lines in Nebraska and Colorado.
Certainly are. Well, the Buffaloes run 280, 280, 265, 280, and 285. The tight ends are 250 and 235. There's plenty of muscle up there. Michigan may have been in the neutral zone, but no flag. Good defensive pursuit that time by the Wolverines. And coming up is Trevor Price, number 8, and Jarrett Irons, 37. So the inside backers filled nicely, and the outside guy, Price, did a good job of turning it that time.
Jarrett Irons led this team in tackles last year as a redshirt freshman. Morrison, his sidekick at inside linebacker for Michigan, was out most of the year.
It is 2nd down and 10. Stewart gets a little heat, runs away from it. Dances down to just inside the 40, 1st down, Colorado, and here's John Saunders.
Keith, Arizona and Stanford, 3rd and 7 in a 7-0 game. Dan White to Richard Dice, 14 yards, makes it 14-0. Antoine Carter also with 1 from the ground, 14-zip. Keith.
Stanford doesn't stop folks much these days.
Nope, they sure do score a lot of points.
Yes, they get up and down the field themselves. Could be a track meet out there.
I'll take Stanford's offense and Arizona's defense and play it.
Not bad. I'll take the Packers or the Dolphins. 1st down. Good defensive play there. Very good defensive play. Chuck Winters, number 35, free safety, sophomore out of Detroit, popping in and making the tackle. He's a former running back. Coming up after the ball game, we'll select a genuine Chevrolet most valuable player from each team. 24th year Chevrolet scholarship program, $1,000 to each school, has been given by Genuine Chevrolet. Put the ball right on the 40, make it 2nd down 11 for Colorado. So for the first time today, Michigan gets some defensive penetration. Makes it work. This pass is thrown to Westbrook. His 1st catch of the day. And he's to the 26 and a Colorado 1st down. Inside screen. First time he has seen the ball, and he makes it work for a 1st down.
This is a wide receiver screen. The offensive linemen on that side go downfield and block. The unique thing about this play is that it's a quick screen both sides. On his side, it's a wide receiver screen. On the other side, it's a halfback screen out in the flat, and it's really funny to see all the offensive linemen, half of them take off to the right and half to the left, and Stewart just reads whichever one is open.
Sounds illegal.
A lot of defensive guys think it's illegal.
On 1st down, Stewart keeps it and will pick up about a yard. Stewart now 6 for 6 in passing for 59 yards. He's carried the ball 7 times for 42 yards. So it's about an average day for him so far.
Yeah. He is the all-time passing leader at Colorado University. He has just been outstanding the last couple of years. They've changed offenses 3 times during his 4 years at the school, and the last couple of years it's really fit him to a T.
Blitz. Pick it up nicely. The pass is deflected. Westbrook is yelling that he was pushed by Deion Johnson, but the ball was not catchable. It was thrown well behind him.
Well, single coverage because of the blitz. Johnson 28. Watch Thompson, number 17, comes from the other side. There was no interference. The ball was deflected.
Yep.
Thompson's man was blocking, so he was free. He made a great play to come across field and get in front of that ball.
So it is 3rd down and 8 now for Colorado, and the Michigan crowd rooting for the defense. Down he goes, sacked by number 76, Trent Zankowitz. And the Michigan defense comes alive. Loss is back to the 34-yard line.
Zankowitz is the leading sacker on that Michigan defensive line. That's his 11th of his career.
Theo Varskarichian, a 51-yard field goal try. His longest ever, 48 yards. It's into a slight wind. He hit the crossbar and came back. It would have been his longest field goal ever at 51 yards, and it was about 3 inches from being good. And so with 2:08 to go in the first quarter, it's 7-0 Colorado. This is very close. Didn't quite have enough force to drive it over the top. So the Wolverines have got to take some heart from that as the defense stops them and they take over. And here is Tyrone Wheatley, his first appearance of 1994. Coming off a shoulder separation. And they give it to him. Boy, that wakes up the home folks. 226 pounds of dynamite coming around the corner about 61 miles an hour.
He's a game breaker, Keith.
He picks up a first down on his first carry.
And I like the play that they start him out with, too. It's something that gets him outside. No heavy tackling inside, and if he wants to run out of bounds, he can, and he picked up a first down while he was doing it.
Ball is at the 46. Wheatley a single back, fake to him. Collins still got it. Pass is tipped away. Caught by the tight end, Pierre Cooper. And Cooper fights to the Colorado side of the field and close to a first down at the 44-yard line.
Well, everybody's got their eyes on Wheatley, the Colorado defense. Now he fakes to him. The tight end is blocking and then releases Cooper. And Hudson, who seems to be everywhere on the field, makes the tackle.
Pierre Cooper is a 225-pound sophomore from Alief, Texas. Shea Foster now, big fullback. Lines up ahead of Wheatley. And it's first down Michigan at the Colorado 44 as Todd Collins throws to the sidelines. The pass is one-handed at the 39-yard line by the fullback, Shea Foster. Just sort of pushed it out of the air.
He's caught some passes this year. This is the 3rd game, and that's his 4th reception. So he's saying, hey, I can catch. Throw me the ball.
Gain 5 yards. Mercury Hayes never really joined the huddle. He just stayed out here on the sideline. Not the old sleeper play. He was within 10 yards of the huddle, so he's within bounds and goes in motion. This is Wheatley. Drops his shoulder and plows on down the sidelines for a first down at the Colorado 30-yard line. Donnell Liamiti knocked him out of bounds. A young man from American Samoa playing strong safety for Colorado. So Ty Wheatley looks terrific in his first action.
Well, he's been hurt since about the middle of August, and you can tell that he's just going about it a little bit gingerly, but if he continues to carry and have no problems, you can see that his confidence is going to pick up throughout the ball game.
You have Hayes and Toomer now to the top of the picture. And a timeout called by Michigan with 1 minute and 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Colorado is leading 7-0, but Michigan is mounting its first serious threat of the game.
Here in Ann Arbor with Colorado out to a 7-0 lead, Michigan puts in Tyrone Wheatley. Now we know what great skill he has, but he's given this team an example of leadership and emotional lift. This team has come up a couple of notches, Bob and Keith, just because he's in the ball game. We should look for more of that.
Well, it was good timing too that Moeller inserted him.
First down from the Colorado 30. Wheatley's got it. Boundary side, there's no room. Colorado just stacked it up. They had too many people on the short side of the field, and there was, Michigan guys could not outnumber them, and there's no gain. That's the idea of running to the boundary side. You try to outnumber the defenders. You put those wide guys up on top and hope somebody will follow them, but not very many did.
It's not pretty, but Clavel and Johnson and Phillips on that side all doing a nice job of just stringing it to the sideline and let the sideline be your 11th defender. 12th defender, excuse me. Got to count. There's 11 guys on defense.
Second down, 11. Ball comes back to the 31. This is Wheatley looking for daylight in the middle. There's nothing there as Mike Forney, number 96, an outside linebacker for Colorado, makes the tackle on him. And so the surge now has gone back to the other side with Colorado's defense, forcing Michigan into a 3rd and 11.
That's 2 negative plays in a row for Michigan. Colorado defense kind of stiffening. Now you got a 3rd down and long passing situation.
Diakabatuka comes back in at tailback. Colorado, incidentally, has 144 interceptions in the last 102 games. And this is a pass play for Michigan. Short stuff thrown to Diakabatuka. 2 covers over there, and they take him down. So the Buffaloes, Donnell Liamiti and Greg Jones, strong safety and outside linebacker, are right on the tailback's case, and they take him down, and it makes a 4th down and 9.
Collins threw that ball to, he needed 11 yards, and he threw it short, hoping that he would catch it and run. The receivers downfield were covered. They were some receivers past the 10-yard reception area, but he came off to his outlet, and his outlet was not able to run for the first down. Just good defense.
Now here's the man who won the game at Notre Dame. 47-yard field goal try for Remy Hamilton. Short. It didn't sound solid, and it wasn't solid, and the quarter is over. Michigan has a chance to score, but they're turned away, and after 1, Colorado leads it 7-0. It is Colorado's football. First down at their own 30-yard line. They lead 7-0. In the first quarter, Jared Irons had 6 tackles for Michigan. Colorado took their opening possession and marched right down the field. 11 plays, scored and kicked the point. But the second time, Michigan held it. Handed off to Salam. Fumbles the ball. Michigan's got it. At the 37-yard line, it's Clarence Thompson. So the ball is knocked loose. So that business of turnovers I was talking about a while ago is gone.
Defensive coordinator Lloyd Carr said, we're just going to contain them, play bend but don't break defense, and try to force some turnovers. Nobody hits him that time. Salam, the ball just pops out, and Michigan is on it.
Second fumble lost by a Colorado tailback since 1992, and both of them by Salah. So put it on the 37. It's first down, and Wheatley is back at tailback. Don Collins at quarterback. Shea Foster the fullback. Give it to Wheatley, trying to come around the corner. Penalty flags are thrown, and Wheatley picks up about a yard. The referee, Tom Quinn, threw the flag. You may very well have some holding coming up here against Michigan. So that'll back them up 10, and here are your first quarter numbers.
Colorado with 22 plays to Michigan's 15. 103 total yards. No turnovers. This is as of the first quarter. And Colorado turning it over here at the beginning of the second quarter. But
on the offense, 10-yard penalty, spot foul.
It's an 11-yard penalty, actually, from the spot of the foul. It brings the football back to the 48-yard line of Colorado. Gary Moeller calls the plays. I asked him yesterday if he ever slept on Saturday night. Could he possibly wind down after going through this exercise on the sidelines? And he said, almost always I fall asleep watching film when I get home.
He watches the game after he gets home. Yeah.
It's first down and 21. Collins retreating, trying to set up a screen. The ball is thrown to Wheatley. Wheatley catches the ball all right, but then he is taken down very quickly by Steve Roska, sophomore out of Roseville, Minnesota. Now we got a penalty flag thrown after the play, and Wheatley was knocked down just shy of midfield. Personal foul against Colorado. Chris Hudson wants to know what was the foul. Tom Quinn told him, and Chris walks away.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense, automatic first down.
That's the key phrase, automatic first down.
Yes.
Because it was a 2nd and 24, and that suddenly turns everything around.
You can see that Wheatley is a little bit rusty, Keith. That was a screen pass intended for him. He got locked up in the backfield with the traffic from the offensive and defensive line blocking and didn't get out. And Collins really threw a dangerous pass, throwing it that high and lobbing it over the heads.
A balloon floating on the afternoon breeze. Bianca Batuka is back in at tailback. Has the ball. Sees a hole when he plants and cuts for it. Slips and falls. Pick up 1 yard.
There's just not much room there to run. The defense of Colorado, those inside guys, Clavel and Hicks, and here's the inside 5, the down 3, Johnson 46, Russell is 16. Now Russell fills the hole. There was a hole there, but Russell saw there was a hole and said, the back is going to get there eventually. I need to be there to fill it.
Well, the down 3, Kerry Hicks 6'6", 260, Clavel 6'3", 275, Darius Holland 6'5", 285. Those are big people with nasty dispositions. And whistle stopped the play. I mean, they're fine and dandy when the game is over and they've had their shower.
But when you're trying to run the ball past them, he ain't gonna be too happy about that.
Lord, not running through a carload of real Buffaloes. You got a timeout by Colorado. They have one left. And we've got 13:26 remaining to play in the first half, with the Buffaloes leading 7-0. 7-0 ball game. Colorado on defense now. Michigan 2nd down and 9. The ball is at the Buffalo 35. Wheatley is at tailback. Collins pass down the middle. Riemersma, the tight end, is wide open. And first down Michigan at the Colorado 19-yard line. Liamidi made his 5th tackle of the game on the Michigan tight end.
On the play action, watch as the 2 linebackers here we've been talking about jump to cover. Now, here is the Riemersma, the tight end. When they fake the play action in the backfield, the 2 linebackers come. He gets in right behind where the linebackers were, and it's a nice little pickup.
Inside the 20. First down for the Wolverine.
That's a way to slow down those 2 inside linebackers.
Single fullback is Wheatley. Hayes is the wideout. Collins gives it to Wheatley. Runs into the middle, and number 16 is on top of him, Matt Russell. And down underneath, there was more contact, and here you've got another penalty flag, and it's thrown way back down near the goal line. I think it's going to go the other way this time. I think Mercury Hayes got tangled up down there. It is against Michigan. It is a personal foul. Monday night, ABC's NFL Monday Night Football will feature John Elway of the Denver Broncos and Jim Kelly of the Buffalo Bills. They'll be in Buffalo live at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ABC's Monday Night Football.
You talk about two quality quarterbacks, Keith, right there. Team hasn't been doing too well, but that'll be a shootout.
I'll bet you old Big Dan Deerdorf has got his eyes glued on this game.
He
somewhere.
may be here right now.
Yeah, he might be. The penalty is after the play. It'll be 2nd down and 25 for Michigan. In other words, it was a dead ball foul. Back goes Collins. Comes this way with it. He's got Wheatley setting up a screen for him. He's got one man. It's going to be trouble, and that one man gets him. Number 7 played it well, Dalton Simmons. But Wheatley turns in a pretty good gain on the play. On the 2nd down and 25, he moves the ball about 11 yards. I'll call it 10 and make it 3rd down and 15.
Wheatley has been a good receiver throughout his career. He has caught 37 passes, and 4 of those went for touchdowns.
See that demolition derby down in Lincoln?
No, I didn't.
63-7. Cornhuskers, of course, Pacific figured to get pounded. Collins has hit 6 straight passes. Rod's back looking, good protection, passes away, good to the sideline. It is not, however, a 1st down. Seth Smith, the redshirt freshman, making the catch. He's a good receiver. He made that big catch in the Notre Dame game.
Yes, he did. Made a couple of them.
Your ball is now on the 16-yard line. It is 4th down. And here comes your kicking team. Remy Hamilton, who missed from, 47 yards, just a little short. Now he's going to try from 33. The holder is Jay Reamersma, the tight end. Art Bolash will snap it. And the kick is good. So Hamilton puts Michigan on the scoreboard at 11:34 to go in the 1st half. It is now 7-3 Colorado. All right, the interest of this huge crowd has perked up some as Michigan gets on the scoreboard. Now Hamilton will kick it off with James Kidd and Ray Caruth back to receive it. Kidd 2, Caruth 21, and these 2 sophomores, both California kids, can really run. Zone. He almost dropped it. Here comes Caruth. Told you, they're tough guys. 24-yard line where Colorado will go to work, and here's Lynn Swann.
Well, Keith, we're talking about team speed for Colorado. Take a look at this graphic. Caruth, the man who just returned that kickoff, fastest in the team, 4.29. But take note, we don't think the tight ends are supposed to be that fast anyway. I know some guys in the NFL who couldn't run 4.5 and 4.6 who are wide receivers. How about that, Keith?
Well, there's no substitute for speed. You can't coach it, so I don't know. You got that kind of speed, boy, you're just...
There's no way to stop that kind of speed on an offense if they don't make mistakes themselves.
That's right. Stewart's pass. Oh, that's a heck of a catch by Fourier. And mean, he had to go right down to the tips of the grass to get it, but he got it. And our crowd today is 106,427. That is the 6th largest crowd in NCAA history for college football. 106,427. Yes, the old game is alive and well in Ann Arbor.
Yes, it is.
Wonderful place to watch a college football. Really is. 2nd down and 6. This is Salam. Morrison, number 36, Steve Morrison was riding him, but he's a strong fellow at 6'1", 215, 217. And he got 3 yards despite the fact that Steve Morrison had a handle on him. 3rd down now and 2. That's a long 2, incidentally. Salam goes in motion, and Colorado's passing. Salam is knocked down at about the 35-yard line, and that is a 1st down. He was knocked back by Steve Morrison, but when he caught the ball, he was across the 35, and that's a 1st down.
It's a big play for Colorado because it keeps possession of the ball. This is something that Colorado may not have done last year. 5 receivers are out. They never had a hot receiver last year. They didn't do any side adjustments. This year, 5 receivers out. That time the receiver was Salam, was the running back, went in motion and came back. 1st down for the Buffalo.
I like the way Stewart threw it. He touched it to it.
Yeah.
Salam with the ball. Good block on the corner. Tight end leading him downfield. That's Westbrook, who's heralded as a speedster, but he'll knock you down, and it's 1st down Colorado at the Michigan 47.
Michigan was coming with a corner blitz. Here you see the corner out here. Watch as he's going to blitz, and the ball carrier is going to go right inside of him. Johnson, number 28, goes on a bad angle. He was going for the quarterback and didn't think it was going to be a running play. The right play called at the right time.
Salam picks up 18 yards. He had 17 prior to that run. Stewart comes on the option. Turns it across the 40 to the 39. He was hit by Jared Iron, shook him off, and went ahead to pick up about 8 yards on the play. Stewart is 6'3", 210 pounds.
Big guy. Here's a look at what going on in the Big Ten. Ohio State big over Houston. Michigan State over Miami of Ohio. Penn State. Notre Dame beating Purdue after 3 quarters.
October 15, Penn State will be here at Michigan Stadium, and we'll have the game for you. This is Salam again over the right side. And again, I'm sure as that play went past the line of scrimmage, you probably saw number 86, the tight end, throwing a solid block on a Michigan tackler. And it's a 1st down.
So look at the Big 8. Nebraska winning big. Kansas big.
Yeah, but UAB trying to become a Division 1A school. They're some ways from it. Kansas got tomahawked down there last week by TCU. The ball is on the 33-yard line now as Westbrook goes in motion. He's only seen the ball once today. This is Salam. They got Westbrook over there. They got him and the tight end, and they just sealed that corner. And they pick up about 6-7 yards.
McCartney, Keith, has been here for 12 years, and all through those 12 years, they've played 143 games at Colorado. Only 14 of those games have been played on grass. The Big 8 is an artificial turf conference, and of those 14 games that they've played on grass, they've only won 4 games. So playing on grass is not the place where they like to be if they have a choice.
Stewart's pass for Westbrook, touchdown.
make any difference where you're at on grass or turf. Westbrook is going to go down, break to the inside, and come back out. The linebackers are going to blitz. Single coverage. The corner was faked. Good throw by Stewart. You know, they don't force the ball to Westbrook. They just take their time. Get an opportunity, they'll get it to him.
Oscarichian, good. The Colorado Buffaloes increase their lead to 14-3.
The option look. Cordell Stewart goes down. That is why the corner, Johnson, came up initially. Couldn't get back in time. And a good throw by Stewart. And Westbrook is there for the catch.
And old Chip's having a time. And if you have to ask how come he's called Chip, then you ain't been listening. You must really be big city folk. Mike Slevin will kick it off for the Buffaloes. Mercury Hayes and Seth Smith will be back there to return it. This is Hayes at the 9. Got a hold. And comes out to about the 28-yard line. Tonight, Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee 2 on the ABC Family Movie at 8 Central Time, and then the season premiere of The Commish reveals an incredible turn in Tony's life. It's all tonight here on ABC. Paul Hogan, he's fun.
He is fun, isn't he?
Todd Collins has completed 7 straight passes. The only problem is that other fellow doing pretty well too. He's 9 out of 10.
And Michigan has not got the ball in the end zone where Stewart has.
Yep. For the Wolverines, up near the 28-yard line. Collins fakes it, keeps it, throws it, pass good to Shea Foster, and Foster rolling up the sidelines. The big fullback is very close to a first down. Foster's 245 pounds. When he gets going, he's a load.
Michigan has not been able to run the ball this year the way they have in the past. Past Michigan teams have always dominated with that big offensive line, but this year it's been Todd Collins, especially against Notre Dame 2 weeks ago. When they went to the passing game in the second half, they got things done.
Getting Wheatley back obviously is going to help us. But let's go back to Riemersma and remember that he's a tight end who's just learning his trade.
Well, he was an ex-quarterback, as you mentioned earlier, and he's not only the offensive line is involved in the running game, but also the tight end.
And there are 3 sophomores up there. Runyon, Payne, and Gwines are all sophomores. First down for the Wolverines at the 38. Wheatley's got it. A little bit, not a whole lot. Diamiti, number 3, ran him out. From Pango Pango.
Take a look at Riemersma, number 16, trying to get the block on Jones. Does a nice job there. 16 Russell, the linebacker, was scraping, but Riemersma did his job as a tight end that time.
Well, Jay comes in at 6'6", 252 pounds. See, he doesn't have to be svelte and wear tight-fitting coats. As a tight end, in quarterback, he's got to show off a little bit.
Right, when they told him you were switching him from quarterback to tight end,
started eating.
You can start eating too.
And lifting weights. Good penetration this time by Colorado. Darius Holland, number 93, is there before Tyrone can turn upfield, and Wheatley will take a loss. A moment with Lynn.
Keith, just to add a little bit to the Jay Riemersma story, I talked with him before the game, and I said, when you got switched to tight end, what was the most difficult thing? He said, learning the blocking assignments. He said, I knew all the pass plays, but he said, I am still, and I quote, still learning how to block in this Michigan system. Keith?
Well, tight end's a very key fellow.
He said, too, in the passing game, I knew when the ball was coming to me because I knew I was open and I knew the reads of the quarterback. So it's a little bit different in the blocking game.
3rd down and 9 now after that loss. Collins going down the sideline for Toomer, and the pass is long. Dalton Simmons actually Colorado cornerman on the boundary side, closer to the ball. So it is 4th down, and the Michigan offense unable to move it. They got 1 first down and then stopped.
Well, Michigan didn't get the coverage that they were looking for. That was a little stop and go, and they were in the defense that was not good for that. They were way off, playing deep.
Craig Baker has 2 punts. This is his 3rd, 38 and 48. Chris Hudson. This time, coverage is good. Flag back up at the 46-yard line near midfield. 42-yard punt. Coming up on the halftime, Prudential halftime report, John Saunders will have scores and highlights from games around the country, and there are some surprises. Here's Tom Quinn to define the penalty.
By the receivers during the kick. Post-scrimmage kick spot enforcement where the kick ended.
So they will go from the 27 back to the 17.
But still,
The 19. The 9, that's where they're going. Spot of the foul, back on. Holding was back there where the attempt to return the kick was made. Winds up a 9-yard penalty if the ball stays where it is after this conference. And apparently they're going to. Spot of the foul call makes it very difficult sometimes on judgment calls. And you can see that Bill McCartney is concerned about placement of the ball, but the explanation by Tom Quinn satisfies him, and he goes about his business.
Well, he finally heard it right from the head guy, and then he understood.
Yep.
And I think that's good. Take a second to get the referee over there if you need an explanation. You may not like what you hear. In this case, Bill said, okay, I understand.
All right, from the 9-yard line, here comes Colorado. They lead 14-3. Cordell Stewart wants to throw and will be taken down at the 5-yard line. It was Kerwin Waldron who fought his way through the traffic, came around, and made the tackle.
Colorado was going for all the marbles that time, Keith. They were backed up, played a little play action into the short side of the field. They tried to get a little curl and swing up the sideline. Michigan had a defense very well, and Stewart got sacked from behind.
They put James Kidd on the field now. He's a flyer, so you've got Kidd and Westbrook as the wideouts. Salam is in the end zone. The ball is on the 5. It is 2nd down and 15, and the crowd is in the game. They give it to Salam, and he runs to the 15-yard line. They've got to go very close to the 20 to get their first down.
Take a look from behind the offense to the right side. Naioli is 65. Now, the hole is going to be right behind him. He's blocking on the inside linebacker. Nice hole there. West, the right tackle, doing his job.
It is 3rd down and 5 from the 15. Stewart calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Got a problem. Shakes it off. Now goes down. Michigan's defense selling out. Andy Mitchell will hit it, and he's going to hit it inside the 5. 10 Wolverines up on the line of scrimmage. Kick is away. High high spinner. Toomer all the way back to the 43, and he is taken down. Now they're going to put him on the 42-yard line. Ted Johnson, one of those inside linebackers, was the man coming down on the punt coverage and made the tackle.
Johnson is everywhere.
43-yard punt, minus a yard on the return. You've got 3 minutes and 54 seconds to play in the first half. 14-3 Colorado. And Michigan gets a very good starting position for this possession. Their own 42. Wheatley comes out at tailback and sets up behind Foster. Now goes in motion. Collins with time down the middle. The pass is on the money to Mercury Hayes, and Hayes has a first down at the Colorado 35-yard line.
This has got to be one of the best passes that a quarterback or any offense can throw. Very simply, get your receiver down and get him into the center of the field and get somebody else underneath to pull the linebackers up. But anybody squaring in the center of the field and have somebody occupy linebackers. Big hole in the middle of the field.
Biaka Batuka checks back in at tailback for Michigan. Has the ball, pops it. Running over the right side, will go down to the 20. First down, Michigan.
You don't get many runs inside on this Colorado defense because you're going through that inside 5. But both Russell and Johnson were blocked that time, and Biaka Batuka got a nice run.
Michigan has 149 yards so far in this first half of play as we come to 3 minutes to go.
They've not finished it off.
Nope.
They've stalled in this area.
And Collins spends a timeout. So they've got a first down at the 20. Looked up, he didn't like the people he had against what Colorado was showing him, and he goes to the sidelines.
There's a look at what the two quarterbacks have done today. Cordell Stewart, 9 of 10 and a touchdown pass. Todd Collins has been more of the offense for Michigan up until this series when we got a little bit of a running game going. I like both these quarterbacks, Keith, and they're both a little bit different. Stewart has got the speed and the ability to move out of the pocket and run. Collins hardly ever runs. Very accurate passers, though, both of them.
Biaka Batuka and Shea Foster will now line up in the backfield for Michigan behind Todd Collins. Toomer and Hayes are wide people to the bottom of the picture. Now Hayes goes in motion. Biaka Batuka pops it over the right side and goes to the 10. And close to another first down. So they're finding something on the right side of that line behind Wines and Sullivan and Remersma.
Well, the holes aren't gaping, but they're there. And Biaka Batuka at this point, right there, see, there ain't much hole there, but he has got more guts, if you want to call it, more instinct right now to get up in that hole and get through it than Wheatley, because Wheatley has not had the action that Biaka Batuka has, and Biaka Batuka is actually running better right now and should be in the game.
Second down and 1. Collins pass, complete to Shea Foster, first down, and goal Michigan at the Colorado 3. So the big fullback slips out of the backfield, makes the catch, and Steve Roska wrestles him down.
It's going to be coming right at you from behind the defense. Number 33, Foster's going to get it, and this is going to be a nice stop by the free safety, Rosga. Foster is a 245-pound fullback, and Rosga does a nice job in bringing him down.
Here Cooper is in the backfield, in the lineup, rather, at tight end. Number 88, he's the man in motion. They give it to Biaka Batuka, and he is looking, and he gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. There was penetration that time by number 92, Shannon Lavelle, And there was no place for Biakabatuka to go except back into the stack, and he came away with nothing.
Just too quick. The defense getting off the ball, and Russell, the linebacker, just recognizing it. And we got an equipment problem here as Moore got a problem with his chin strap and is not happy about having to come off.
Clint Moore, number 66, nose tackle, gets into that goal line defense. He played most of the game last week against, in fact, all of it against Wisconsin because Lavelle did not play. Biakabatuka, goal line touchdown.
Go back and take a look at the touchdown. And Rosga is 15. That's Runyon 69. Ducks up inside, gets away from Holland. That's 93. Rosga gets back. Oh, I think he was in before his knee got down. I don't know. It was close.
It counts. 1:14 to play in the first half. Michigan called a timeout. I'm not sure that Gary Moeller wanted a timeout because the kicking team was out there, and maybe they didn't have 11 people.
Well, I think they may want to go for 2 points and get within a field goal at 14-11. There's a card. Everybody has a chart, and if you're behind by so many points, the chart says go for 1 or go for 2. Here it is. Every team has something similar to this. So they're behind. Right now they're behind by 5 points, and the chart says go for 2. Now you don't have to do that. Sometimes early in the game you may not do it, but that's probably the same chart that Michigan has, and they've decided to go for 2.
So you got Biakabatuka in the backfield. You got Hayes and Toomer as the wideouts. They shift and load it up strong side to the left. And there's contact. 93 Holland knocked Jenkins back. Holland, of course, is going to argue that Jenkins moved. And apparently he did.
Anytime you're inside the 5-yard line, number 77, second from the right on the Michigan side to the right side. There he moved, no question about it. Inside the 5-yard line, it penalizes the offense much more on a 5-yard penalty, obviously, than if the defense would jump off sides, because it's just going to be half the distance and you're just going to gain 1.5 yards or something. But 5 yards back for the offense is a lot down here.
Ball has now come back to the 8. Collins gets it away, throws it into a crowd. It is intercepted by number 16, Matt Russell, one of those inside linebackers. The play goes out of bounds at about the 17-yard line, and there's a penalty flag, and it's waiting. Collins tried to force it, couldn't do it. And the Buffaloes pick it off.
Face mask, personal foul. During the interception return, it'll be on the kickoff, 15-yard penalty.
Colorado jumped all over Wisconsin. The echo around the Big Ten was, oh my Lord, they woke them up. They pounded Indiana today. All right, Michigan will kick off from the 20-yard line. Colorado should get pretty good field position. And we'll see their 2-minute offense with 1 minute and 14 seconds to play in the first half. 14-9 ball game. It is taken by Kidd. And the speedster is back up across the 45 to the 46. Now, since 1988, Colorado has scored 56 times in 75 tries with their 2-minute offense. Michigan defense been pretty stubborn late in this first half. Stewart back, has a look right, throws left, penalty flag down. Fourier makes the catch at midfield. May have a hold coming right here. Yep, against Colorado. 1 timeout remaining for the Buffaloes. 1:04 on the clock.
McCartney.
Holding on the offense, spot foul, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
McCartney was talking about the win last week over Wisconsin. He says, yeah, it was a big win, but he says this game this week will tell us a lot about how good we are going up to Michigan, playing on grass, top 10 team. I don't think they need to apologize. They have a very good football team.
First down and 24. Here comes Salam running up the middle. There was enough penetration, and there were 2 Wolverines that got a piece of him before he got to the line of scrimmage. Number 94, Jason Horn, and Damon Denson, number 99. Now here comes Ray Caruth back in the ball game.
You got a timeout they could be using. They're letting the clock run down just as if they're in no hurry.
14-9, a 5-point lead for Colorado. Half a minute to go now. Caruth will be the fly man. There he goes down the sideline. Now he stops. They throw it underneath and it's incomplete. Jared Irons laid a lick on the tight end, Pat Lepsis.
You know, Keith, they're really not in a hurry up or a 2-minute offensive mode. They're just kind of huddling as if they are happy to go in at halftime with a 14-9 lead.
No 2-minute offense at all.
No.
When they run that, it's just bang, 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 bang,
Yeah.
bang.
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing it. 3rd down and 20. Salam. Tylaw takes him down at about midfield. And it'll be 4th down and about 6. And they're going to let the clock go. So we played a half in this matchup between number 4 Michigan and number 7 Colorado. And let's see if the half is over. It may not be.
College football on ABC Sports, brought to you by Pontiac and your local.
Maybe they want to save it. Maybe they don't want to show some things to Michigan here in the first half.
I just think they didn't want another turnover, Keith.
Could be.
If they're happy going in, they're going to get the ball coming out. Second half, they're going to get the ball first.
They got trips at the top of the picture. You got 3 wideouts up there, and now you got a whistle, and you got a umpire stops the play, and he's called illegal procedure against Colorado. So that moves the ball back to the 44-yard line, and they go back to the same formation. You got to have 7 up there, and they've got 10 of them, including the quarterback. Stewart steps up, lets it go. Threw it just as far as he could, and it's intercepted by Michigan in the end zone. And now the first half is history. So it is Colorado 14, Michigan 9 at the half. We'll be back after the Colorado Buffaloes and Michigan Wolverines after this message and the word from our ABC stations. It's 14-9. Colorado leads Michigan as we get ready for the second half of play at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor. Colorado went to the lead in the first quarter, 7-0, when Salam ran the ball in from 2 yards out. The extra point was good. From here on, the Michigan defense got a little stickier. Hamilton produced a 33-yard field goal. And then Westbrook surfaces, loops under a pass, goes 27 yards. It's 14-3.
Michigan got a little sloppy there. Corner came up on the option fake. Westbrook got behind him.
So from 14-3, Biaka Matuka then pays off with Michigan's first touchdown on a 4-yard run into the end zone.
Like he may have been down a little shy of the goal line.
They went for 2. There was a penalty. There was a sort of a mess, really, and they didn't produce the 2-point conversion. And that's where we are at the present time. 14-9. Michigan ranked number 4 coming in, and Colorado number 7.
Here's a look at the halftime stats. Colorado with 207 yards. They've been averaging over 550 a game. They've had 2 turnovers. The one didn't matter. It was at the end of the game, but the other turned into 3 points for Michigan. Time of possession in favor of the Buffaloes by about 3 minutes.
Keith Jackson, Bob Greasy in the booth. On the field, Lynn Swan.
Well, Keith, coming off the field, Gary Moeller told me that he was disappointed with the way his offensive line was playing. They weren't being aggressive enough. He says in the second half he wants his offense to attack, and he's going to put the ball in the air, not necessarily more, but better timing when he throws the football. On the other side, well, Bill McCartney said it is a war of wills. He said both teams are physically talented and strong, but it's going to be, the determining factor is going to be who wants it most in the second half. He says if he can control the ball in the third quarter with a slight breeze coming at his football team, he thinks he can get ahead and stay ahead in this football game. Keith?
And we're ready to go with Michigan kicking off to Colorado to start the third quarter of play with James Kidd and Ray Caruth. The deep people. Eric Lobel will kick it away for Michigan. Their kicking game is not quite settled as yet. Trying to get everything in place for the opening of conference play next week at Iowa. It is Kidd on the goal line. Whoa! That's a leveler. But he pops right up. And Colorado starts on its own 14.
Here's a look at what Colorado did. They came out strong, 11 plays on their first 2 possessions, scored on their first drive, and missed the field goal. Then they didn't do much. They got a Michigan possession on their 24 of Michigan and got a touchdown from there. Stewart is playing well. The interception was at the end of the half. Running backs, Salam is rushing for 79. Westbrook has the touchdown pass.
So from the 14-yard line, they line up double wide top of the picture, and here's Cordell Stewart rolling out and throwing behind Ray Caruth, and the pass is incomplete. Caruth was available, but the ball was not well thrown that time.
Well, it wasn't well thrown. It's a good point, Keith, and that is I think they need to pass more on first down to loosen Michigan up. In the first half, first downs, they rushed on 14 and passed on only 4 first downs. Rick Neuheisel does not call the plays, but he has certainly been a big factor in the development of Cordell Stewart this year.
2nd and 10. Option. First down. And then some. Ball comes out to the 38-yard line. As Stewart held it, the Michigan man waited and waited and waited and waited and finally had to commit.
Watch number 8, the top left. We talked about him being a key player. That's Price, the outside linebacker. He does a nice job. Now the corner, Cordell Stewart takes it, and 22 Law doesn't do his job. He allows Salam to get around the corner. defense was pretty good, but the skill and the speed of this Colorado skill players in Salam and Stewart made something out of nothing.
Salam, 15 carries, 102 yards. Yep. Not bad.
Yep.
Stewart's pass to Fourier, the tight end. And a penalty flag is back with a quarterback. Holding Colorado.
That's a killer penalty, Keith, for Colorado. The first drive out of the second half, the Buffaloes looked like they got the word from McCartney. They would come out, they were running, moving some, making some first downs, and a holding penalty will stop it. I think this is a critical drive right here.
10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
They could jump out to 21 points. It'd be big. But it winds up a 13-yard penalty, after they lose the first down.
I think they kind of hit a lull in the first half. After they scored on that opening drive, they got the big play with Westbrook, but then they just kind of didn't do much. Now they're refocused. It came out at halftime, and that remains to be seen if that stops this possession.
Now it's first down and 23. From the 25, swing it out, dropped by Salam. Had a peek maybe, because there were a couple of Wolverines out there, and Chuck Winters, number 35, had him dead in his sights.
Here's that screen, Keith, that they go to when they need it. Now watch this. The offensive line are going to come downfield immediately. This back is going to go out here. He may get it. The other man that may get it is this wide receiver. Watch the wide receiver at the bottom. Now stop it right here. You got this man here or down at the bottom. Either one could have got it. He just reads it and goes which way he thinks is best.
Second down and 23. Stewart keeping. Runs it across the 35 to the 36. And there's a Michigan man, Zenkowitz, or Law, one of that Zenkowitz hurt on the play. So Trent Zenkowitz comes up, limping, and as a result of his effort in the pursuit, and will leave the game.
Let's go behind the defense. Just carries it to the sideline. There's a huge gaping hole there. Same two involved. Law 22 and Price number 8. It's just tough to stop that option when you've got that much speed coming on the corner.
Damon Benson replaces Zenkowitz, 276-pound sophomore from Pittsburgh. 36-yard line. Colorado's 3 out of 6 on third down conversions. This is third down and 12 and a penalty flag. Umpire threw it.
Red ball. Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
So the Buffaloes kind of shooting themselves in the hoof right now.
That's 15 penalty yards that McCartney's Buffaloes have had here on this opening drive. You just can't stop yourself. We mentioned that in the first half. You know, can anybody stop the speed of Colorado? I don't think so. I think they only can stop themselves with turnovers or penalties.
And now it is third and 17 from the 31-yard line. He's looking for Westbrook, and the ball is deflected by Steve Morrison, dropping linebacker.
There's Morrison. He's going to try and hit Westbrook over Morrison's head. Morrison, he doesn't jump very high. He's had a lot of injuries in his career, but gets the job done there.
Toomer goes back for the punt from Andy Mitchell. Andy is a redshirt freshman from Littleton, Colorado. Monty Toomer came here from Berkeley, California. Doesn't get a very good kick. Hooks it out of bounds. Michigan's going to get good field position on this one. It'll be first down Wolverines at their own 38-yard line after a 32-yard punt.
Had the ball 6 times in the first half. They started slowly. Finally got a field goal on their 4th possession when they got it at Colorado's 37 and scored the last time they had the ball.
Tyrone Wheatley comes out to start at tailback in the second half.
Collins threw very well, 12 of 16. Wheatley had about 25 yards.
Actually, Michigan had better field position that first half than its possessions in Colorado did. In the hole. So first down from the 38. Give it to Wheatley. Out the corner he goes. And out of bounds. Long, fluid stride. Deceptively fast.
What are the offenses doing on the first down plays? Michigan in the first half had 16 first down plays. They ran it 10 times and passed it 6. That is not a bad average.
Tyrone just picked up 5 on that carry.
5 yards to go.
That's Mercury Hayes coming to the bottom of the picture. Amani Tuber to the top. Shea Foster. And Wheatley in the backfield. Collins throws. Remersma, the tight end, powers his way inside the 35. And it's a first down, Michigan at the Buffalo 34.
This is to take advantage of those linebackers. It's a play-action fake. Remersma fakes his block. The 2 linebackers just to the left of him are held for a second. If they hadn't faked and the linebackers would have dropped back, he never would have had it. But he gets into the void where the linebackers should have been, and that's to take advantage of these inside linebackers that just hit anything real hard.
Collins now 13 of 17 for 140 yards in the ball game. Michigan threatening here early in the third quarter. Collins back, looks at Hayes, and the ball is batted down. He had Hayes hooking on the sidelines and was available as the Cornhuskers get their 70 today. Penn State could have had it probably. Washington comes back. They were down 14-3 at one time in that ball game.
Tommy's won 58, was it 58 in a row?
Yep.
In the Orange Bowl.
Yep. Kind of fun. Jim Lambright and Dennis Erickson both grew up right near each other near Everett, Washington. Second down and 10. Wheatley looking for some daylight, couldn't find any, and is taken down just about the line of scrimmage. Ted Johnson got a piece of it. Shannon Clavel was there, but it was Johnson in the main, number 46, that made the hit. Wisconsin had 62 today. Ohio State had 52 today. Next week, the Big Ten goes into real serious business conference play. Mississippi State and Tennessee, I've been told that Todd Helton hurt a knee, and the 2 freshman quarterback wound up playing the rest of the ballgame. For Iakabatuka is the tailback as Collins drops. Pressure coming, blind side, down the middle, man open. That's Mercury Hayes. First down at the Colorado 11.
One of the prime areas, I mentioned it earlier, get one of the wide receivers into the center of the field. Watch as the 2 linebackers will drop. He'll hit them right in between them. Right in there. It's an easy read for the quarterback. You have time to throw it. Big yardage.
Hayes has caught 2 today, both for 23 yards, or 23 yards each. That's Cooper, 88 in motion, a tight end. Sets up the block, give the ball to Wheatley, finds a crack, goes down to the 6-yard line. Pick up 5 on that carry. Almost bolted it into the end zone. So, Colorado looked like they were going to start moving and get things going, and all of a sudden a wheel came off the wagon. Now it's Michigan with a chance to turn momentum completely around.
Colorado had the first shot, had 2 penalties. There's Mike Hankwitz, the defensive coach, trying to slow this offense down.
Collins gives the ball to Wheatley. Not quite. Now they call it touchdown. it's also Wheatley who owns the record now. They're going for two. Collins looking, throws back the other way. Mercury Hayes steps in for the two, and they make it work. So, two things happen here. First, they get the two-point conversion to make it a 17-14 ball game. But Wheatley breaks the tie with Anthony Carter, his 41st career touchdown, and he now owns that record.
Collins did a nice job of getting the ball to Wheatley because the center stepped on his foot when he was coming out. Here's the two-point conversion. Supposed to go to the other side of the field. He's looking, good protection. He's eventually going to come back all the way over here. He probably has never thrown this ball over here, and all the times they've practiced it, Hayes catches it and just barely gets in.
Mercury Hayes must have felt like the ball was never going to get there, but it did. And the same folks are deep. Michigan goes 62 yards in 7 plays. Kind of a weird turn of things there. Colorado looked to be going off to the races to start the third quarter. In trouble, mistakes. Michigan is the one that profits big.
Dropped himself.
Yep, takes the lead 17-14. And 10:43 to go in the quarter. The kick is high, returnable. Caruth, no kid. He lost the football. Michigan's recovered it.
Kid's going to come right up the center. I don't see who hit that ball, but
Ernest Sanders is the man who covered it. Freshman. True freshman.
didn't look like anybody got a real good hand on the ball. It looked like he hit him below it. Maybe hit his arm and below it.
So Colorado now has got to keep the sky from falling. Tyrone Wheatley. He is the tailback. The ball is on the 24-yard line. First down, and Wheatley looking for the corner. Turns inside to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Fierce pursuit. Liametti and Darius Holland, big 93, was over there as well.
Here's a look at that inside five, starting with the nose man. That's Hicks. Holland and Clavel. Clavel is 92. Holland 93. Liametti, number 3, the strong safety, has been a factor all day long against the Michigan run.
There was a loss on the play of about a half a yard, actually. Michigan leading 17-14, trying to get some more off the turnover. Here's the pitch. We want to reverse. Mercury Hayes. He hands it off to Toomer. Toomer's got a wall. He's down to the 12-yard line. That's a first down for Michigan. Brought down by Roska, who saved the touchdown for Colorado.
Now, you hear about people calling about double reverses. Normally a reverse is just a reverse. This is a double reverse. There's the reverse. Now here's the double reverse. It looked to me like Toomer may have been able to cut inside and then stay outside and outrun Rosga. Maybe not. He had an angle on him. But Colorado defensively has to step up. Their offense and special teams is let down. Colorado defensively needs to make a play.
Biakabatuka is in at the single back. First down, Michigan, Colorado 12. Biakabatuka turns inside and will pick up a yard. No more. I'll tell you what, there are some big people straining along the line of scrimmage right now, boy.
Woo. You mean in the trenches?
I mean, the big uglies are really having at it.
Well, you know, Keith, we talked about it a little earlier before, but it's a little bit different playing on grass. You don't move quite as quick. The game is not as quick. There is a difference playing on grass than there is on artificial turf.
Hayes coming towards you. Pressure coming. Give that ball away inside. Bianca Batuka is inside the 3. Down to about the 2. That is not a first down.
Bianca Batuka seems to be running inside a lot better. Watch the Michigan offensive line. A nice job on Moore, or Hicks, number 94. Bianca Batuka inside the 5.
It'll be 3rd and 1 for the first down. 3rd and 2 for the touchdown. Shea Foster lined up at fullback. Collins keeps it, throws it. Reamersma can't catch it in the corner of the end zone. That sort of surprises me.
That's a tough call right there. This is a tough call. It's 3rd and 1. I think you make the first down first before you go for the touchdown. This may have been a checkoff. Reamersma did some things up there. He may have checked it off. It may have been a choice to run or pass. But I certainly like, if you're 3rd and 1 on the other team's 3-yard line, go for it and pick up the first down.
He's going for the 3 with Hamilton in the kick. This can make it a 6-point lead. And he gets it. So Michigan is so close, but they can't knock it in. Field goal makes it Michigan 20 and Colorado 14. So Michigan goes for 3, takes a 6-point lead. They were down on the 2-yard line on 3rd and 1 and chose to throw the ball into the corner to the tight end, and it didn't work. The question was whether or not Todd Collins checked off and went to the play, or whether that's the play that was called from the sidelines. But whatever, it didn't work, and they take the 3. Lavelle kicks it off. It's a good kick, high. And it is Caruth this time for the Buffaloes. And he's up across the 30 to the 32. And here's a big hitter from Colorado named Dick Anderson, who now lives in Coral Gables, Florida. And he's with Lynn Swan.
Thank you, Keith. Dick, you've got a son out here playing, and he's been on the special teams. You've been watching throughout the whole game?
He made the first 2 tackles on kickoff, Lynn, and with Bob Greasy's son on Michigan and mine on Colorado, it's kind of a fun afternoon.
All these Florida guys. Listen, you still hold records at Colorado. How do you assess the way they're playing their defensive secondary in this ballgame?
Well, I think Michigan's running a very good offense, and that last series, they snuck someone in behind the number 16 that had been catching the ball, so I think Michigan's doing a good job.
Okay, we got to go back to play. I know who you're rooting for. Kate?
He was a pretty good player, that fellow. Buffs and for the Dolphins. Yes, first down from the 32-yard line. He's Bob Neighbors down in the area. That option play is good for about 2 touchdowns. The Washington Huskies have come back in Miami. John Saunders has the story.
Back indeed. 3 touchdowns in the second half already. Damon Hewer, the quarterback, gets it down to the goal line, then fumbles the ball. Robert Sapp jumps on it in the end zone. Their 3rd touchdown of the half, 25-14. The Canes with 3 turnovers in the game. They've won 58 straight at home in jeopardy. Keith.
That's a pretty good little stumble.
Yes, sir.
Salam, big hole, right side, big gain to the 49-yard line. And a first down for Colorado. He just exploded out of there.
There's no way anybody can stop Colorado but themselves, Keith. We mentioned that before, and Salam is the leading scorer in the nation. They've got speed everywhere. If they just don't put it on the ground, they can ring up some points.
On first down from their 49, Cordell Stewart's pass is good to Caruth. Caruth surrounded by blue shirts, but he still picks up about 7 yards after he caught the ball. He is so quick. First down again for the Buffaloes. And tomorrow night starts with America's Funniest Home Videos and the new comedy On Our Own. Then after an all-new Lois and Clark, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sharon Stone star in Total Recall on the Sunday night movie. Parental discretion advised. Great way to end the weekend tomorrow night on ABC. Ball is on the Michigan 39. Give it to Salam. Run it over the left side and pick up about 3. Time remaining, third quarter, 6:05. Michigan 20, Colorado 14. Carmen Koza's Eli's had a big win today, didn't they? Second down and 7. Stewart still got it. Sideline. Pass is caught just short of the marker, and there's a penalty flag back here where Cordell Stewart threw it. You got a holding call coming, I think, right here against Colorado. You do. So again, the Buffaloes make a big mistake. They had the ball down inside the 30-yard line of Michigan. Now they hold.
One of the offensive linemen just got beat and almost tackled one of the Michigan defensive linemen. He wouldn't have gotten to Stewart because the ball was gone.
But you're trying to protect your quarterback.
It's true. You don't know that.
Got the flag. Holding. 10-yard penalty. Spot foul. Repeat second down.
Spot foul makes it a 16-yard penalty, actually. Oh, it's a big one. And so Bill McCartney paces the sidelines. Grew up in Riverview. 1973, his high school basketball team at Divine Child High in Dearborn won the state championship. 1973, his football team at Divine High won.
He went on to bigger things, though. He won 3 Big 8 titles and a national co-championship with the Buffaloes, the co-championship in 1990.
Back goes Stewart on second down and 23. And Michigan finally gets him at their own 44-yard line.
Stewart is just so dangerous. Everybody's covered. Then the fun really starts and the problems for the defense, because when he takes off running, well, you know, teams talk about putting a spy there, somebody to mirror him and tackle him. There's nobody who can do it.
Well, what they do, Gary Moeller used a freshman wideout to imitate him in practice.
Tyrone Butterfield, a freshman wide receiver. Michigan didn't have any quarterbacks that could imitate him in practice, so they used a wide receiver.
That's Fourier in motion. Back goes Stewart, getting some heat, passes away, passes incomplete, intended for Caruth. There were 2 defenders back there, one up, one back. And Andy Mitchell will punt it. Last time Andy only got 32 yards off his foot. A little better this time, but unfortunately it's headed for the end zone and will come out to the 20. So whereas he needed that one a while ago, he gets it now. But it's a kick late. Michigan at the 20, first down. Next Saturday, these are the games we'll have for you here on ABC Sports. Starting at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific. Check your local listing. Check your cable operator in your region if you have interest in pay-per-view. This will be Michigan's worst starting point for a possession, their own 20-yard line. 4:05 to play in the third quarter, and Biaka Matuka is in at tailback. I can handle that if I don't have to hurry. Collins down the middle. It is tipped away, incomplete. The pass was intended for Seth Smith. We're going to have to come up with some kind of a nickname for Seth. Seth Smith is hard to say. Redshirt freshman from Carbondale. He's going to be around here for 4 years probably.
Well, they've had some good wide receivers around here, just as the Buffaloes have had some outstanding wide receivers play out in Boulder.
2nd down and 10 for the Wolverines. Biakabatuka bounces outside, has a 1st down. Dragged out at the 35-yard line by Steve Ruska. Ruska is only a sophomore from Roseville, Minnesota. And he's made 3 big plays actually in this 3rd quarter.
Well, he is the free safety, and he's going sideline to sideline to make tackles on the double reverse earlier. But Keith, the whole mood has changed coming out in the 2nd half. And for Colorado, they were moving. It's been penalties and the fumble on the kickoff that has stopped them. And Michigan has just taken advantage of the going in at halftime with the touchdown. They came out the first possession in the 2nd half was a touchdown. Momentum seems to be with Michigan.
Wheatley is back at tailback. Chris Hudson has him in his sights, and Chris takes him down with a little help from Mike Phillips.
In fact, Michigan's last 3 possessions they've scored. They have 2 touchdowns and a field goal on their last 3 possessions. And for Colorado, they have had an interception, a fumble on a kickoff return, and a punt.
Wheatley has 13 carries of the ball game, 39 yards now, and he's out. Shea Foster is a single back. That puts 3 wideouts in the game. And stands up Remersma, the tight end. He slides into the secondary. Collins looks deep. He's got Toomer. He's got the ball. He's got a touchdown. No flags. It looks like Michigan wants to go for 2 here. Biakabatuka comes trotting onto the field. Collins is still out there. That play went 65 yards. He got behind Ruska. Biakabatuka has the ball. Turns for the corner and doesn't get there. And a penalty flag. Holding Michigan. So the 2-point try goes awry at 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Michigan 26 and Colorado 14.
Holding on the offense, declined. The extra try was no good.
Toomer's out here. He's just going to run a streak set up the field. Now, right here, these 2 guys are going to be in double coverage. In the front, that is Hudson, and he's expecting help in the back from Rosga. Now watch him as they're going to have him in and out, and he just splits them and runs straight up the field. Collins throws it over the inside. Rosga doesn't even see the ball. He thinks, well, I'm right next to it. He won't throw it. Take a look and see what Collins, the quarterback, sees. Sees the double coverage. They work on this all the time. One of the things is just split it, and the quarterback never sees the completion because he was pounded.
Yeah, Holland laid him down, didn't he? But the touchdown is on the scoreboard, and it's 26-14 now. And in the 3rd quarter, it's Michigan 17-0. Ball is on the 35 for the kickoff from Eric Lavelle, and waiting for it is James Kidd. He fumbled the last time he brought a kickoff back. He returns this one to about the 28-yard line. I'll tell you what, the fellows on the special teams on both sides, like doing some whacking.
They're getting after it. 12 points down for this offense, Colorado, is not much at all.
No, sir.
All they have to do is stop turning the ball over and stopping themselves with penalties. 4 plays, 80 yards.
First down and 10 from the 28 for Colorado. Westbrook and Stewart had a little huddle. Option going along. Look at this. Caruth coming across, never had a chance. I mean, Kerwin Waldrop was in his shirt.
I'm surprised that Caruth even caught the ball. He had to see Caruth's coming back. He had to see the ball coming, and he also had to see Waldrop right here. That's Johnson, 28. He was on a corner blitz. You talk about having the right call at the right time. Lloyd Carr, the coordinator defensively, had that one figured out.
It's second down and 19 on the 19 of Colorado. Cordell Stewart trying to loosen up that Michigan defense. Throws to Fourier. Fourier bouncing around and fights his way out to about the 27. We check in with John Saunders.
Steve McNair's team is down, and he's trying to lead them back in the second half. Here he rushes this one from 10 yards out. Runs it in for the touchdown. 8 carries for 20 yards for McNair. 42-23 he's down, but he's 27 of 42. For 328 yards and 2 touchdowns with more than a quarter left. Keith.
26-14 here as Colorado is looking at 3rd and 11. Underneath, the pass is too high. They were trying to set up an inside screen for Michael Westbrook, and the umpire has thrown a flag.
That was that double quick screen to the wide receiver or the back.
Ineligible man was downfield.
Well, they must have ruled that the ball was thrown across the line of scrimmage, because those screens are set up to be thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and then then the offensive line can go downfield.
That one definitely went over the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. That's a good call. That's an alert call by that official, too, on the side. Because the ball was thrown downfield instead of behind the line of scrimmage.
So we've got 1:06 to play in the 3rd quarter, and Andy Mitchell is on to punt. There's the man, Toomer. He is the punt returner. Got some room. Had some room. You're not going to run east and west against Colorado.
No.
You're just not going
Too
to.
much speed.
Yep. Big Ten, that's what's happened today. And the only Big Ten team that lost would have been Iowa. Losing to Oregon. They're still playing the 3rd quarter.
Purdue and Purdue lost.
Purdue lost, of course, to Notre Dame, but Indiana lost to another Big Ten team. That's one of the problems you have in conference play, in conferences like this, where they beat each other.
I think the Big Ten is going to be stronger this year than they have been in a long, long time.
All the way down the ranks. Collins. Gives the ball to Biaka Matuka, and he slashes for about 4 yards. We make the media makes a big to-do, out of what conferences, how conferences do early on in the season, and really what you're doing is getting yourself ready to play your conference games. Kansas laid out 72 points today. Nebraska went for 70. My goodness. Jimmy Waldron is still having his problems at Iowa State. 2nd down and 6. Collins. runs out of bounds just about the line of scrimmage. Ted Johnson was the fifth-year senior from Carlsbad, California. Old Ted had in mind going to UCLA, but they never called. He didn't like any place else out there, and Colorado came along, and he jumped at it.
He's an academic All-Big 8 performer. He had a double accomplishment on that play. He covered the man that the tight end that Collins wanted to throw it to, and when he started scrambling, he went over and got the tackle and knocked him out of bounds. He is a first-time top-flight player.
6'4", 240. Third down, long time. Collins slipped a little bit, so that the defender, and the catch is made by Mercury Hayes, and Hayes rumbles to the 49-yard line. And so, after 3 quarters of play, things have changed. It is Michigan 26, Colorado 14. Back for the final period after this message and the word from our ABC stations. There's a very telling story right there, isn't there?
19-4-1 on the road, but when you get on grass on the road, they have not won in their last 4 games. In fact, they've only won 1 of their last, going back further, they've won 1 of their last 8 games on the road. That was the 1 game they won was against Notre Dame in the Orange Bowl for the national championship.
They trail by 12 as we go to the final quarter of play, and Tyrone Wheatley is at tailback for Michigan, 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line. And Wheatley has the ball coming up the middle. Breaks out of the pack and goes across the 40 to the Colorado 39 and has a first down.
The numbers on the Michigan side have jumped immeasurably. Total yardage 355. Turnovers for Colorado up to 3, and the points off has been 6 for Michigan. But that quarter, the third quarter, was all Michigan.
Things improved with that last run for Tyrone. 2 weeks, he'll be ready. Here comes Mercury Hayes on a reverse. And has a lot of help coming around the corner from Remersmall. And from number 52, the center, Rod Payne, who pulls out of there and comes over here and makes a block for him. That's another first down for the Wolverines at the Colorado 25. And Old Mo's wearing blue right now.
Old Mo is in Mo Moeller's pocket. He calls the plays, and it's as if nothing that he calls is wrong at this point.
Roska has to leave the game tender right now, and T.J. Cunningham checks in for Colorado. There's T.J.
T.J. was a wide receiver last year. Colorado lost both of their safeties, and that was supposed to be one of the real concerns coming into the year, but with the play of Liamidi and Rosga, who both had an interception in the victory against Wisconsin last week, they have been playing very well.
First down, Buffalo 25. This is Bianca Matuka for 4 yards. Liamidi now in the secondary, the strong safety for Colorado, who's been up playing almost linebacker at times today, has a total of 10 tackles. On 2nd and 6 from the 21. Penalty flag. Bianca Matuka breaks the play for the first down, but let's see about the flag. I think Michigan might have left a little soon.
A lot of penalties in this game.
Yep. It is against Michigan, and now let's join Lynn Swan.
Thank you, Keith. Coach Bill McCartney's mom is here. This is Ruth McCartney. Now, Ruth, how long have you been looking forward to this game being played?
Long time.
Long time?
Long time.
Yeah. How much does it mean to you have your son back here and coaching a football game?
An awful lot.
Yeah.
A big lot.
Well, you know your son is behind a little bit now, but you think he's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve for us?
Get him. We're going to get him.
I'm sure you have a lot of faith in your son, don't you?
We're going to get him.
Well, Keith, Bill's wife, Lindy, is also right here. Lindy, you were telling me something very interesting about coming to Michigan, watching your husband play.
Well, it's a little strange to be in the stadium again. Every time I hear the Michigan Fight song, I start to tap my fingers to it, and I can't do that anymore.
Keith, she doesn't want to hear it anymore. Back to you.
All right, Swanee, thank you. Penalty flag down as Wheatley goes on a sweep to the right. And he's down at the 22-yard line.
Getting some flags called on now with this drive.
In penalties so far today, Michigan has 7 for 61 yards.
13-22.
And Colorado 8 for 82 yards. And they're giving them 9 seconds back. It should be 13-22. Ball has now been moved back to the 31-yard line where it is 2nd down and 16. Mom, she's pretty determined about this, huh?
Yes, she did, and she should be. I mean, like all moms.
She's 84.
Yeah. Confidence in her son.
This is Biaka Batuka, and they handled him pretty well. Number 93, Darius Holland, shook off the block and turned him back in. Well, it's now tightened a tad down in Miami, 28-17. And Stanford scored a little bit out of the farm on the West Coast. That Pac-10 will be a pretty good scuffle before Just so it's out there. Probably somebody win that Pac-10 this year with a couple of losses. California finally got a win. 3rd down now and 12. 3rd down, deep drop by Todd Collins. Now he throws. Got his man, Toomer. And he's knocked down at the 13-yard line, and that's a 1st down. He had lots of time, spent the time well, and picks up the 1st down.
Got to be impressed with Todd Collins. He's an accurate passer. He doesn't throw many interceptions. Good protection by that offensive line. And a lot of room and a lot of clear vision to see. Didn't have any offensive or defensive line blocking his line of sight. That's a big 1st down for Michigan.
Also some value in being 6'5".
Yeah. He's been carrying this offense. The running game has not been there.
On 1st down, Wheatley. And he's just about the line of scrimmage where Ted Johnson takes him on.
Keith, in the Notre Dame game that Michigan played, they tried to run a lot in the 1st half, and then the 2nd half, Moeller decided to open it up and let him have a chance to win the game. And I think he has grown, Moeller has, into the fact that a running game isn't there yet. The offensive line's not doing it. The tight end is not what we've had before. Wheatley's been missing. I think we now let Todd Collins do a little bit more and win the game for us.
I'll tell you right now, he's in a position to put a door slammer on Colorado. This is Shea Foster, the fullback. Ball come loose. Colorado says it did. Referee Tom Quinn is right in there amongst them. It is Colorado's football. Michigan turns it over. Oh, how do you do? 11:15 to play. Michigan on the move. Could go in for one that would block the box. They turn it over.
What was Gary Moeller telling us yesterday? I want to give my fullbacks a couple more carries. That was the first carry for Foster, the fullback today, and he fumbled the football. Moeller was saying they block all the time, they do all this. I want to give him the ball some, and the first time he gives it to the fullback, he fumbles. But I agree with him. You've got to give those guys some carries. You just hate to see them fumble.
It is 1st down, Colorado at their own 13. Cordell Stewart throws the ball to Salam. It ricochets off his arm and falls incomplete.
Take a look at the fumble. there it comes out. When you're in traffic, you got to hold on to the ball with both arms.
It was Ted Johnson that had a hold of Shea Foster.
That
The
pass
ball came up.
The pass in Colorado just dropped, Keith. They finally get something good happening to them. Get a chance to do something, and immediately they drop a ball.
Got to have concentration at this point of the ball game. They run it here with Salam. He's a little hot. He goes up that sideline like a truck, gets to the 20-yard line, but that's going to leave him 3 yards short of the first down. And you've got 11:04 to play in the ball game. Broncos and the Bills have at it. 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific on ABC's NFL Monday Night Football. This coming Monday. Had a pretty good little game last week, didn't they?
When those two get together, it's always a good game, no matter what the record is. And I know Buffalo started off slowly. So did Denver, but
Denver's all 4-3. Salam now 18 carries for 128 yards. Stewart's hit 2 of his last 10 passes. They're looking at third and a long 2. They give it to Salam, and it's not there. It is Trent Zinkowitz, who limped off the field about a half an hour ago. Back in on defense, the 270-pound junior from Cleveland locks him down short of the line of scrimmage.
take a look at the footing here. Take a look at the footing. They're playing on grass. They don't play many games on grass. Still think there's something to do with an artificial team that plays so many, 90% of their games are played on turf. When you get on grass, it's just a little different for them.
Andy Mitchell is in the punt. Kick is away. It's a good one. Truman dropping back 34-yard line for a fair catch. There the Wolverines will have the ball, a 12-point lead. 10 minutes and 17 seconds to play. The line score there shows clearly that the third quarter was the property of Michigan. They went for 235 yards and 17 points. Colorado had 80 yards and nothing on the scoreboard. And it's 26-14. It was 14-9 at halftime. Biakabatuka is in the backfield with Foster now. First down Michigan, just short of the 35. Biakabatuka with the ball coming into the arms of 3 Buffaloes. And Alan Wilbon is one of them, number 23. Here's the scoring summary. Colorado to the lead. Salam 2 yards. First quarter 7-0. Ramey Hamilton 33-yard field goal. Second quarter 7-3. Colorado responded. Westbrook 27-yard touchdown reception. 14-9 as Biakabatuka takes it in from 4 yards. That was halftime. Wheatley scores from 5 yards. 17-14 Michigan's first lead. Third quarter went to 26-14 when Amani Toomer ran it in on a 65-yard touchdown reception. And on this carry, it's Biakabatuka carrying the ball to the 41-yard line. And Michigan will be looking at third down and about 3. Mike Forney made the tackle for the Buffs. Make it third down and 4. Michigan very happy to whittle on the clock. They had it down inside the 25 and fumbled it away. The last possession. Collins will take it out of bounds. He didn't have anybody available downfield, and rather than risk something when amongst the traffic, hauls it out. 8 minutes and 48 seconds to play in a ball game. Time permitting, Thrifty Car Rental post-game report, scores and highlights from across the country will follow. So now it's fourth down, and Michigan will have to punt the ball.
You're right, Keith. Collins, there was nobody open downfield, nobody to go to, so he just ran it out of bounds.
Craig Baker, his fourth punt, his best one was 48. Not so good, quite short, but a fair bounce. It goes out at the Colorado 30-yard line, and there the Buffaloes will have it. They're down by 12. They've got 8 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock.
So there's a look at the latest Hall of Famer right there. Keith, all of us at ABC Sports offer our congratulations on your election into the Sportscasters Hall of Fame and say it's about time, and we're proud of you, partner.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. Not a bad crowd to hang around with, you guys. You know that? Not bad.
Should have happened a long time ago, too.
Colorado's ball now, 31-yard line and first down. Let's see what the Buffaloes can do. The pressure's on. Pass is completed up at the 34. And Westbrook makes the catch and immediately is hit by Ty Law, and they look like they might have been doing a little talking after the catch.
Tell you a little bit of how Colorado has had it in the second half. They've punted on 4 possessions, but this doesn't show their first possession when they received the opening kickoff. They fumbled the opening kickoff, so they really had it 5 opportunities, fumbled the first one away, and lost the next 4 on punts.
Second down and at least 4. Cordell Stewart down the middle. Westbrook. So here comes the pitching and catching by Colorado. It's Stewart and Westbrook. They can put on a show.
Watch this, the same route that Michigan has been hitting. Watch Westbrook go down, and he's going to square into the center of the field, about 15, 18 yards. Waits for the line, gets between the linebackers. Could have caught that ball and kept running. I'm a little bit surprised that he just caught it. Make sure he caught it. I think he's wanted the first down.
Ball goes to Salam on first down at the Michigan 47. He moves it close to the 45 before he's rolled up and packaged. Miami has moved it up to 20 now. It's an 8-point lead for Washington in that fourth quarter down in the Orange Bowl. Oregon scored a lot of points against Iowa. Michigan goes to Iowa next week to open Big Ten Conference play. Second down and 8. Stewart is sacked all the way back on the 41-yard line by Jason Horn.
Second from your left, number 94, Horn just does a little alley-oop. This was going to be a screen pass, and the man was covered, and Horn just kept coming. Jason Horn, how many sacks is that for Michigan now? They've had 4 sacks on Cordell Stewart, a guy that doesn't get sacked very often.
You want to discuss where Jason's from?
The worst thing, it's a negative play. Now it's 3rd and 21. Colorado has to pick up a first down.
He doesn't want to discuss it. He's from Lafayette, Indiana. Here's pressure. They miss him. And now Stewart gets the pass away, and it is caught at the 20-yard line. A great catch by Ray Caruth. He was sitting down and caught the ball. And number 81 for Michigan had a shot at him, Ben Steele, and couldn't hold him. He just dove through the air and came up empty. That play covered 37 yards.
3rd and 21. What a big-time play. And a big arm by Stewart. Caruth was laying on the ground. You can do that. You can catch the ball laying on the ground. You just can't get up and run with it. But it is a good catch.
6 minutes and 10 seconds to play. Cordell Stewart has a first down at the 20 for the Buffaloes. Makes the pitch, keeps it, and goes to the 13, where Irons brings him down. That's 13 tackles in the ball game for Irons. Jarrett, sophomore. Yes, I said sophomore, from the Woodlands, Texas.
His father played in the National Football League, was a linebacker for a while with the Raiders.
Second down and 3. The ball at the Michigan 13. Stewart looks for Westbrook, hits him inside the 5, and it's a first and goal for Colorado. So the Buffaloes keep hanging in. You'll see some of you, Colorado at Texas, in our ABC Sports coverage of college football next Saturday. Some will see Michigan at Iowa. Those are the other games. that we'll have for you. First and goal, Buffs. On the Michigan 4, Stewart keeps it. Fumbled a football. Michigan recovers it, and the ball comes out to the 20. That's what they've signaled. Yes, sir. They're still talking about it, but clearly the signal of touchback has been made.
Well, the key point was the ball out before he hit the ground?
The ball was fumbled. The ball was fumbled short of the goal line. We have a touchback.
There's your answer. What a crusher that is.
Option from the 5-yard line. Cardell's going to turn it up. Couldn't see it. The goalpost was right there. The key was the ball loose before he hits the ground. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yes. It's a good call. It's a fair call. Perhaps that is the best way to phrase it. A fair call. 5:08 to play. 26-14 Michigan. Colorado has just had an arrow shot right through their ship of hope. If they can hold Michigan here, there has been an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty tacked on to the recovery of the fumble and the touchback, which gives Michigan the possession out at the 35-yard line. And that's why the ball was snapped out there. And here is the fumble. It was called a fumble before he crossed the goal line, before he was down, and it was a good call. See, the ball will come out right there, well before he hit the ground. Timeout, Colorado.
That unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that was called on the bench was actually called against Bill McCartney. After the fumble, he came out into the field protesting it, saying that he felt the quarterback's knee was on the ground and the ball came loose. 2 officials had to stand in front of him to keep him from further coming onto the field, but that is the reason for the penalty. Keith?
All right. 36-yard line is where this ball will be snapped. 2nd down and 9 for Michigan. The Wolverines just want to run some clock. Wheatley is taken down back at the 35 to get the clock going. Colorado has 2 timeouts remaining. And things are kind of glum on the Buffalo side of the field. Now they have 1 timeout remaining, trying to save those precious seconds. 3rd down and 10 now for Michigan as the ball is placed at the 35. Wheatley is the tailback. And let's see if Michigan will put it up here. Nope. Wheatley sweeps. Picks up about 4 yards. Now they will punt.
Best thing about that run for Michigan is the fact that he didn't go out of bounds to stop the clock.
So Stewart will put on his hat and come back. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. The clock ticking.
It's been a tough day for Colorado offensively. They came in averaging 52 points. That ranked them 4th in the nation in total offense and 3rd in scoring. And here's a man right here that has returned 2 punts in his career for touchdowns.
Chris Hudson circling. Has it. Can't get away. That's pretty good coverage downfield by the Wolverines. Man number 27, the fellow who got enough of him to take all of this run out of him, and it was Steve King. Is growing on the floor of Michigan Stadium. Mercy.
Grass has not been the friend of the Colorado Buffaloes. As we mentioned, all but one team in the Big 8 has artificial turf. Colorado has averaged 10 games a year on artificial turf and 1 game each year on grass, and they have not won on grass in the last 4 years. Doesn't look too good for him right here.
Second down and 4. Stewart keeps, turns, pitches now late. Oh my goodness, he keeps the ball. He turns upfield. He's got his first down. He pitches the ball to Salam. It bounces off him and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't think that Cordell is worried about first downs at this point. I think they're looking for some big plays quickly. And I think in the past when he's done that, he's gotten some big plays. The problem for the Buffalo's offense today, coming into the game, they only had 2 turnovers in the first 2 games total. Today they've had 4 turnovers, and that's what stopped their drive.
Looks to me like it's time for the 2-minute offense. 3:38 to play in the game. It's 3rd down and 2. They go for the first down as Salam gets outside after finding the room up the middle, goes out of bounds, killing the clock at 3:33. The clock stops now as you move the change.
Well, make no mistake, there is plenty of time for the Buffaloes to score 2 touchdowns. Michigan is kind of in the conservative mode, and the Buffaloes are now in, all right, let's just go out and see what we can get. They're wide open, trying anything.
First down, ball is on the 48 of Colorado. He's looking for Westbrook. He throws instead to the short man, Fourier, the tight end, and he falls out of bounds after a pickup of about 4 yards. And so Colorado continues to use the clock as best they can. That's what's coming up Monday night on ABC's NFL Monday Night Football at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Jim Kelly, John Elway. 2 teams looking to get their ships sailing a little more.
You know,
smoothly.
Denver needs a win badly.
They certainly do. Salam has 21 carries in the ball game for 140 yards today. Stewart throws to him, and he's going down the middle, and he's got a first down at the Michigan 40. So stop your clock and move the chains at 3:17. Well, the Huskies now have moved it up to 31-20, and it looks like they're going to win now. Arizona beats Stanford at Stanford by 24. Stewart back again. Sideline, Fourier, out of bounds. Get out of bounds. He didn't get out of bounds. He didn't get a first down either. The clock's going to keep running inside 3 minutes.
Surprised that Fourier didn't get out of bounds. There were 2 defenders there. He's an outstanding tight end, Fourier, Keith. I really like him.
Crowd today, 106,427. Back goes Stewart. Pressure's coming, gets it away. Fourier again to the sidelines. This time he gets out of bounds and gets the first down. So they've marked it down around the 23 of Michigan with 2 minutes and 37 seconds to play. Now Colorado's in its 2-minute offense. Well, they go back to the huddle now with the clock stopped at 2:37.
Just got word that Steve McNair, the outstanding quarterback for Alcorn State, separated his shoulder in that game.
That's a shame.
That's his throwing shoulder, too, right.
Stewart's hit 8 straight passes. Fourier, the tight end, in motion. Stewart back, looks for him. He's on the sidelines, goes underneath. Instead, the ball, wicked hit. A wicked hit on James Kidd by Jared Irons, and the pass is incomplete. I mean, that's as solid as any hit that's been made all day today. Watch this.
That's a good call.
No possession. Ball is at the 24-yard line. Irons has 15 tackles and 1 sack today. Second down and 10. Stewart on the option. Going to the corner. Just missed it. Out of bounds at the 3. Stewart almost tiptoed into the end zone. He gives Colorado a 1st and goal at the 3.
The only way you stop this team is if they stop themselves. Keep in mind that Colorado has one of the best, if not the best, 2-minute offense in the nation. If they score here and get on the board, whether they try it onside or kick it deep, they get the ball back. This could be very interesting.
2 minutes and 23 seconds to play. Stewart under center. Keeps it, throws it into the corner. Westbrook out of bounds, incomplete. There's a flag somewhere in amongst all of those folks. I saw the yellow flying around. Let's see about that. Michigan, too many folks. Illegal participation against Michigan.
Usually means too many players on the field.
Yes, it does.
Clarence Thompson, the strong safety, looks like he's a little injury. Maybe that was the problem with the substitution.
So they move the ball down to inside the 2-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 1.5 yards for a touchdown. Stewart pitches it to Salon. Buffalo score. Touchdown. And it comes at 2 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the game.
Watch the play that Stewart makes here. It's something very simple for him. Johnson, 28, gets up. He doesn't see him till the last second and then gets rid of it. Going for one. They only need 1 point.
They only need one. Voskrichian knocks it right through. So the junior from Arcadia has now pulled Colorado to within 5. 2 minutes and 16 seconds to play in the ball game. And it's 26-21 Michigan. The players of the game for the University of Michigan, Jared Irons with 15 tackles and 1 sack. For the Colorado Buffaloes, Cordell Stewart, 19 of 29 passing, 209 yards, 20 carries for 85 yards. Just set up that last touchdown. And Chevrolet will donate a $1,000 scholarship to the university's general fund of the respective schools. And it'll be used to help young people seeking an education who need some financial help. Chevrolet's been doing it for 24 years. So the Michigan band and the crowd of better than 106,000 now exhorting their team to go forth. They lead by 5 points, 26-21, with 2:16 to play.
The decision now for Bill McCartney and his Colorado staff: do I go for the onside kick, or do I kick it deep? There's 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to play, and he has 1 timeout remaining. If you kick an onside kick and don't get it, you give away good field position for Michigan. If you kick it deep, then you're going for field position, and if you can stop them, you won't have much time left.
I think you got to go for the ball right here.
Well, Michigan's got their people up there, and it looks as though Colorado's going to go for it right here.
All the good hands people are up front.
If you don't, you may not get it back.
Right. Good bounce. It's caught by Michigan. Mercury Hayes was on the front line, a wide receiver, and he pounces on the ball. The receiving team can go get the ball. They don't have to wait for that thing to travel 10 yards. And Hayes goes and gets it.
This ball didn't get the big hop that he was looking for. And again, on artificial turf, the ball will do a lot of different things than it will on grass.
Mercury grabbed that thing and swallowed it, didn't he?
McCartney's over there hey, don't close the old toolbox. We still got a chance. We may get the ball back. Be thinking about what you're going to call when you get in there.
It's the 45-yard line on the Colorado side of the field for Michigan. And they hand it off to Bianca Matuka, who's been running inside very well today. He's done well in the heavy traffic. He picks up about 2 yards, maybe 3. And the clock is now moving, and Colorado can't stop it.
Moeller knows he needs to pick up at least 1 first down. If you're in the Michigan huddle, you want to pick up a first down, and definitely don't drop the football. Colorado wants to go for the ball, obviously. They have a timeout remaining.
Got one.
And I think they should use it. You never get these seconds back once they go off the clock.
Biakabatuka again. Buffalo stand him up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe right here you ought to spend it. They don't. 1:20 to play. Bill's trying to get a timeout call from the sidelines, and finally does. And that's the last one. So it'll be 3rd down and 7 when they come back. The ball at the 42-yard line. And no more timeouts remaining for Colorado. So number 4, Michigan, with a 5-point lead over number 7, Colorado, with a 1:20 to play. And you see what's happening with the other 25. Miami losing. Auburn has won. A&M's winning. Virginia Tech won Thursday night. Wisconsin won big today. Washington is winning. Huskers going to move up.
At Miami, they're winning.
UCLA is losing to Washington State out west. And Tennessee lost today at Mississippi State. So we're getting down into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th weeks for some teams. Color the sunset starting to get a little different.
It's going to be interesting, Keith, because you know Michigan is not going to throw the ball because they don't want an incompletion to stop the clock. So they're going to run it, and if they don't pick up the first down, you're going to see a punt. Colorado will get the ball back with maybe about 45, 50 seconds left.
3rd and 7. And penalty flags all over the place as Biakabatuka is held short of the first down.
You can't do that. Colorado looked to be offsides. That was Hicks, the nose guard, who jumped.
It'll still be 3rd down and 2, however.
Exactly, but you burned up some time.
Yes, you did.
And you move it 5 yards closer, and so Michigan may pick up a first down now. The penalties have really hurt Colorado today.
So it's now 3rd and 2 as the ball is moved to the Colorado 38-yard line. Ball is just touching the 38. Clock is rolling.
Collins wants to make sure he looks up there and uses all the time he can off the clock.
Ball is loose. Contact along the line of scrimmage, and the man in the blue may have moved this time. Let's see what we've got.
Yeah, false start.
Yep.
Offense.
So that's a mistake by Michigan now, and let's for a moment check in with John Saunders.
Steve McNair's day has come to an end early with 441 yards of total offense. Watch here as he runs out of bounds. Chris Hall, who had a late hit earlier, does it again. His teammate actually then fell on him and hurt his throwing shoulder. He's questionable for next week against Mississippi Valley State. 48-23 is the score. Miami's 58-game home winning streak is about to come to an end, down by 18 late in the 4th quarter. Keith.
Wow, it looks like Damon Heward has found himself today, doesn't he?
Yep.
He's a big, strong kid. And his younger brother, Brock, is being highly touted.
It looked to me like the Michigan was trying to pull the other team offside.
The ball has now come back out to about the 43-yard line, and they're going to put some time back on the scoreboard. 5 seconds. So we now, is that correct? 101. Okay. So it is 3rd down and 7 now.
It was 3rd and 2, Keith, and I think that last attempt by Michigan was to try and draw the Colorado players off sides, but one of the Michigan players moved.
Well, they're cracking some knuckles down here in the final seconds. Biaka Batuka taken down at about the 39-yard line, and it'll be 4th down now with 52, 51, 50. Clock's going.
The play clock has not started yet. All right, so they should get it. Colorado should get it with about 15 or 20 seconds.
Play clock is the one on your left in the left-hand corner of the screen. They don't have to snap it.
Colorado has not tried to block a punt all day. They've wanted the returns.
Now Tom Quinn, the referee, stops it as Michigan calls timeout with 21 seconds to play.
They just want to regroup. They do have a freshman punter. This Baker is a freshman punter.
Chris Hudson, dangerous punt returner, will go back.
Now the choice here for Bill McCartney is, do I try to block the punt or do I try to set up a return and set and kick it to Hudson?
Or do I just kick it sideways and kick it toward the corner? Don't let Hudson make him go chase it.
Well, as far as Michigan is concerned, you can be sure they're telling the kid, kick it quickly, and don't kick it to him, kick it down to the side.
And make him go hunt it.
Yeah.
Baker, freshman out of Terre Haute, Indiana. Lots out there.
Just about 3 months ago.
He's got his neck moved.
Just about 3 months ago, he was graduating from high school. And now I said, get rid of it quick, kid.
21 seconds to play in the ball game. 21. 26-21 the score. Michigan. They come, they miss it. Kick is away. Hudson, fair catch, 15-yard line. So nothing really worked the way that Colorado was hoping for. Kick was high, well executed by Greg Baker. He hit it way up, gave his coverage team plenty of time to surround Chris Hudson. And so with 14 ticks remaining on the clock, Colorado trailing by 5 points, 85 yards away from where they want to go.
I try to get it to Westbrook or Caruth, about 15-20 yards across, coming across the field. Let him run with it.
Chris Hunter is playing center field for Michigan. Way back. There's the throw down the middle to Westbrook, and he's taken down at the 36-yard line. 8 on the clock. Chains Cruz hustling right along on the sideline. Stewart quickly into the ground on first down.
Well, they get one more play.
One more. It's 6 seconds.
I think he just went over and says, just throw it up.
The last pass is complete to Michael.
So who we got here now? We've got Caruth that can fly. You got Westbrook, who's a leaper and big and strong and can run. I would think that James Kidd would be on the field as well. Probably Blake Anderson, who's he's a tough guy. Next boy.
If I were the defense, I'd have a few more guys over there.
3 wideouts at the top of the picture. Stewart with time. Lets it go. He's got 3 people down there. The ball's up in the air. Caught. Touchdown. Caught by Westbrook for a touchdown. Incredible. There is no time remaining. on the field. Only despair for the Maize and Blues. Joy and exultation for the Buffaloes of Colorado.
This is why they try it, because it works. You're always looking for the rebound. 81 Westbrook is right there. That's the way you hope it works. He threw that ball about 65 yards. There was no pressure on him. What an outstanding throw. And a great result for Colorado.
An absolutely shocking finish. They call it in some circles the Hail Mary. It was certainly prayerful. And Michael Westbrook was in the right place at the right time. Colorado has said, we don't care about kicking the ball. We got all the points we need. We win 27-26. Number 7 beats number 4. Next for Colorado, Texas and Austin. We'll show it to some of you next week. Michigan goes to Iowa to open conference play. And one more look. It'll be hard to find a play that will be remembered more than this one in the 1994 college football season.
Big players make the plays.
Yep. All those who were involved will never forget it, either for the joy of it or for the pain of it. Your final score is Colorado 27, Michigan 26, officially a 64-yard pass, and Cordell Stewart now holds the Colorado career record for touchdown passes. So there has been a miracle in Ann Arbor, and it's traveling back to Boulder, Colorado.